Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Have your attention, please. Thank you. You're very welcome. Robert, the floor is yours.
Firstly, thank you everyone for coming. It's kind of amazing turn up considering what happens when you sort of say free wine on an invite. It works pretty well, I think. So firstly, I want to thank the sponsors, BIC, especially Bruno, who's worked hard behind the scenes in trying to sort of understanding what the project's about and backing the artists and giving them a platform to create the work to raise the money. It's really, really important. Thank you to D Studio Printers who have donated some of the prints for the work that are on sale. To Olivelli Restaurant, who are just a few doors down, and they are the most amazing people. So, and they've donated all of the food and the wine and the water. So, if you do get a chance, I'm not kidding, go and visit them. They are really, really nice people, and they do amazing food, as I'm sure you've all sort of found out so far. A special thanks to, I can't see him, but Alexander Lavelle. He is over there. He leaded the install of everything, and he worked extremely hard, and I'm really grateful for the work he's put into this. And alongside him, just want to do a special thanks to the artists who have all worked for 6 months plus to put all of this together. They've done this with a budget supplied by BIC, but on top of that, they've had to fit it around so much stuff, and it's not just, sometimes we take it for granted that it just appears, it's just there and it looks amazing, but I know firsthand from talking to them and working with them how much work goes on and how much they have to juggle to try and get this, make it all sort of happen. So I'm really grateful to them. Thanks to Parkinson's UK, and because it's a charity that is close to my heart, because the whole project links to my dad's my dad's condition with Parkinson's and how he sort of dealt with it and how I coped with it, and that's how the project started. So Paul is the head of fundraising at Parkinson's UK, and he's kindly come down and he's going to just explain a little bit about how the charity works and what they do.
Brilliant, thank you. Thank you, Rob. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's great to be here. Thank you, Rob, our inspirational leader. This is the second year running now that Rob's hosted this event, so it's just brilliant to raise awareness for Parkinson's, Parkinson's UK and the work that we do. Thank you so much to all the artists. I had so many sort of profound and important things to convey to you this evening. But I think probably the most important thing I can say is buy this work, buy this artwork, because a huge amount of the proceeds from tonight will go to Parkinson's UK and will go to support our vital work in supporting people with Parkinson's and the work that we do into Parkinson's research. So please buy the work tonight, and if you're not buying the work tonight, go home, tell friends and family, tell your neighbours, get online, tweet, go crazy on social media, and please, please, please draw attention to the exhibition, because it is so important that we sell all the works of art. Parkinson's and Parkinson's UK has, I think, a really interesting connection with the creative arts. Some way back in the mists of time, the poet, author, artist Mervyn Peake had Parkinson's. In more recent times, I think we're all familiar with Michael J. Fox, the American actor, who's lived with Parkinson's for most of his adult life. Bob Hoskins, the famous British actor, died a few years ago. He had Parkinson's, and again, I think many of us are familiar with Billy Connolly, the poet, comedian and musician who has Parkinson's. If you visit Parkinson's UK's office in Victoria, increasingly you'll see the walls of our offices festooned in paintings and acrylics, in photography, in works of art. Art features really highly in that creative sphere, which seems to be part of the Parkinson's community. So being here tonight feels very natural to me from that perspective. Parkinson's, for those of you who don't know anything about it, is possibly the most complex condition a human being can have. For those of you familiar with Rob's dad's story, he suffered from quite acute hallucinations towards the end of his life, as is the case with many people who have Parkinson's. Parkinson's is often described, though, as one word that actually represents a collection of other conditions. For from depression to sleeplessness to behavioural problems to hallucinations, to speech problems, to movement problems, the classic tremor and shake, but it's felt so much more complex than that. Arguably too a condition that's often misunderstood as being a condition for old people, but actually in my experience of working in the world of Parkinson's, increasingly we're meeting people of working age and increasingly young people who've been diagnosed early in their 20s and 30s with Parkinson's, so it's not just a condition that affects the elderly. In terms of the work of Parkinson's UK is the world's biggest Parkinson's membership organisation. We're proud to be driven by people with Parkinson's who inform our work. We are very much representative of the Parkinson's community. In terms of the UK, if you have Parkinson's, Parkinson's UK is the charity. It's arguably the place that you go to for Parkinson's support, for information, specialist support, specialist nursing, and also that key part of our work, which is finding better treatments and ultimately a cure. Parkinson's UK absolutely believes that a cure for Parkinson's is possible, and I believe it's possible well within my lifetime. So that's why tonight is so important. It's so important to go home, get on social media, promote the event, promote the sale of the artwork, because it's the artwork and your collective support of Parkinson's UK that can really drive those treatments and cures in years, not decades. Thank you for coming, thank you for listening, thank you for supporting Parkinson's UK. Most of all, thank you to Rob for being our inspirational leader.
Thank you so much, Paul. Just a really, really quick thank you also to my two nieces, Nadia and Sophia, who kindly, unfortunately for them, got lumbered with the kind of things. I didn't intend that out, I promise. Their mums will kill me. But I thank them very much, and thank you all. It's such a great turnout. It's really good to see you, and I appreciate you all making the effort to come. I know it is a little bit stuffy. There is some wine still going, and it is nice outside, so just hover outside if you feel like it, but don't go before you buy something and have something under your arm to take home. But no, thank you all very much for your help. And again, special thank you to all the artists who have put such a huge effort in and put some fantastic work up for you to buy. Thank you very much. Thank you.